Okay. All right. Welcome back, guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is a little bit of news. Uh, First of all, it's great to be back. This will be my second video, number two on the channel. I'm pretty psyched about it. I wanted to take a little time to just talk about some movie news, as it were. Um, we are getting the first official trailers online for Avengers Doomsday. Pretty cool. We got the one with Chris Evans, and that's the one that announces Steve Rogers will come back. So that's pretty exciting. And then we also got the one with Chris Hemsworth as Thor, announcing his return. I think that one posted officially today. And then there's also the leaked uh, of the X Men with those guys coming back. I don't know when we're gonna get that one for sure. I've heard rumors we're supposed to get it early January. Don't quote me on that though. If it doesn't happen, then wah, you could cry about it. I'm actually struggling with a cold, so if you see me over here dying, it's because I'm struggling with a cold. So, prayers up for your boy that I don't die before all those cool things come out. The other ones we also got a couple. We got Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's new epic, set to release in the summer of 2026. I'm pretty psyched about that. Matt Damon, Tom Holland, uh, just to mention a couple, along with some other real hitters. Obviously, it's gonna probably be an epic. Um, his last few were just immensely popular. So that's exciting. We also see a new trailer for The Breadwinner with Nate Bargatze put out by TriStar. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty cool. Also has some cast members in there. Like, I think there's a couple in there that was like Will Forte. It's pretty cool. Uh, Along with like Mandy Moore is gonna pop in there. It's pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. Um, those will all be coming out throughout the year, and I'll cover all of those, I'm sure, as they come and go, along with some other ones that are coming out earlier. I'm looking forward to. Uh, so that's the news, and so I'll just take up about 2 minutes of your time with that. Uh, Today, we're doing a little bit of what I call the Reflections Tour, alright? And this will come and go as I kind of feel like it should and shouldn't. This will be Tuesdays, mostly will be your reflection days. You may not get them every Tuesday. You may not get a video every week. And again, like I said, you can cry about that if you want to. But today I'm going to be talking about the 2018 film by Steven Spielberg called the uh, called Ready Player One, and so I'm pretty psyched about that. And um, in my notes, I actually have a couple of things. We got to talk about the cast, of course. Ty Sheridan, Olivia Cook, Ben Mendelsohn, Simon Pegg, T.J. Miller, which is crazy. Uh, if you know, you know. But and then Lena Walth. If I'm saying that last name wrong, I apologize. No disrespect. She did great. Uh, but it's a brilliant, breathtaking little piece of art. I actually love it quite a bit. It popped up in the late 2018, right around March, which is like pretty early in the season. But it's also like this one felt like a summer blockbuster to me. It didn't get great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes for whatever reason. Maybe because it's such a niche thing that was based on something that was supposed to be coming out way sooner, like in the early 2000s, and got pushed back quite a few years. And it felt like it was kind of an 80s mixed with a futuristic, like 90s, a lot of like older movie references in there that were just interesting. A lot of IP bombing that I want to talk about. there's a lot of scenes that you just go through and you're like, well, this is obviously just Easter eggs. But I think it's fun. I think it's a romp. It reminds me of those teeny bopper, you know, fight the power movies that we get every once in a while that are usually pretty good, pretty safe. Um, Not Oscar winners, but I think the visuals on Ready Player One are pretty fantastic, if you ask me. Um, and, you know, you could talk about the main characters forever. I actually want to talk about the setting of the film, where it's set in a dystopian future where they all live in like these towers, which are crazy, and the return of the manufactured home is a thing that you'll see throughout the film as something that kind of represents a certain place in the money. Like, this is where the poors live versus like the rich live in, like, you know, the rich people, it looks like they're all just living in like a trailer park that's been stacked high instead of wide. Um, and the rich people live in the uh, picture of like a very futuristic like LA or Seattle type area. It's like very New Yorky, like it's cool. And then we can actually talk about the Oasis, which is the place that they all go to when they put on the headsets. It's just pretty normal VR headset. Like, it's whatever you want it to be. Literally, whatever you want it to be. It's insane how they make it just look. I mean, the CGI is fantastic. I don't shout out to the team that animated this. It looks incredible. There are some spanning shots at the end, and I won't ruin it for you in case you're like me and you waited until like just this year to actually watch it. And it is really, really, really good. So I would say go watch it. But there's this one scene at the end where it's just all these things on the screen, just you pan out, and it's like, ooh. I mean, you could just sit there, pause, and you could look at it for hours. Hours. It's great. I personally think it's cool. But then we have to talk about some of the references. There's actually a really niche uh, reference in here to some movies from the past. Obviously, there's a Back to the Future reference. There's a Shining reference. A Shining reference sneaks into this movie, which is weird, but not out of place, I think, in this one, because of kind of the nostalgia that they're hanging on to. Um, Ironically, it feels like ever since we reached, like, 2017 or so, there's been a reach backwards to pulling some of those things from like the 80s and that kind of the golden era has like definitely come all the way back when we're talking about music or films or references. It's all based there, and a lot of it also is like 60s 70s, which is interesting because you mostly see that in like Quentin Tarantino's work. He does a lot of that because that's the era that he loves, all of the 80s. And so this is it's just interesting to me, like how the nostalgia works for the young people, because you also see like in one scene you'll have the uh, well, there it is, right there in the back. You'll have the car from Back to the Future, the DeLorean, mixed in with Master Chief from Halo. It's like, well, what are we doing here? Like, there's a lot going on here. Sometimes it works, and sometimes I feel like, okay, be unique. When the avatars are unique and they're telling their own story and they're not just doing the nostalgia thing, I think it works best there. And when we get to actually look at the world, the political climate, stuff like that, I think it's really neat. Ben Mendelsohn definitely brings a menace to his character like no other. And the main two, Ty Sheridan and Olivia Cook, are star-crossed lovers. They play it well, you know, What do you want me to say? It's a kids movie. It definitely kept me entertained with just the looks of it. I'm gonna go with a verdict here, where it says, in my notes actually says, going with low expectations and a craving for pure spectacle. The graphics are insane. I agree with myself on that. The cast is lovable, and it's a blast of pure escapist fun. I think that's the best way to put it, is just escapist fun. Just don't think too hard about the very loose, like I said, dystopian teen, you know, level based, hacking and level making and getting to the end to get the thing to go, and you'll be fine. You will have a fun time, and the movie and the cast will give you a virtual high five at the end, and you'll be happy about it. Otherwise, it's a very familiar kid conflict against the powers that be, taking back something that they love. And for that, I think it does great. So, that's going to be the end of this reflection on another movie that I love. I will see you guys next year. And, I'm also posting and recording a bonus video today that I'll post on Saturday. Okay, so if you see me in the same clothes, I'm not lazy. I just am lazy. Okay, so there you go. Alright, peace, guys.